We're gonna get started on our chicken fajitas, another sheet pan meal. So I have my pan with my parchment paper. Oven is preheating at 450 degrees. And I have all of my ingredients ready to go. A full onion, two whole peppers. I have chosen to use 4 halves because I happen to have different colors. So I have a red, yellow, orange, and green. A 1.5 pounds of chicken, not frozen, fresh chicken, and my spices and olive oil ready to go. So in addition to my olive oil, I have smoked paprika and taco seasoning. You can also use cumin and chili in equal parts. And because we like spice in this family, I've chosen some hot sauce and some red chilies. Aside from that, we're ready to go. So we'll start off by slicing our veggies. You can just go with personal preference in terms of how thick or thin you want them sliced or diced. This onion's got a bit of kick to it. I like the color in these 4, but as I say, if you just have green or red, just go with whatever you have. The great thing about a fajita bar is everyone in your family or party that you have can personalize them to their liking. So we're just gonna take the veggies and transfer them onto the baking sheets. Ooh, my eyes are still going from the onions. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna start with a fresh cutting board and knife, and we will cut up our chicken into thin slices. You can actually, for versatility, use beef or shrimp as alternate options, or just keep them to vegetarian fajitas by adding some beans or mushrooms. Okay, that was easy. All our chopping is done. I'm going to transfer the chicken onto our baking dish. So now we're ready to season our dish. We'll start with some olive oil. I need about a 1/4 cup. And as I mentioned, I'm going to use some paprika. Teaspoon of paprika. This one's a smoked flavor, which is quite nice, but you can use regular. And I need 5 tablespoons of the taco seasoning. And because my family likes a bit of spice, I'm just going to put in a couple of dashes of Cholula hot sauce, but any hot sauce will do if you like it. It can also be added after, but this will infuse the flavor a little bit. And a couple of small dashes of red pepper flakes if you have them. All right, so now we're ready to mix our spices. Nice thick, rich sauce. To then pour it over our veggies and chicken. and give it a really good stir to mix it up. So you can use the whole pan. The flatter you can get it, the more even it will cook. And just make sure everything gets spiced up with your dish. And this will make about 6 fajitas. So you can add or take away depending on how many you're serving and if you want leftovers for the next day. Leftovers are great on top of rice if you don't feel like another wrap. And we are ready to put these in the oven. So I'm gonna pop it in the oven and set my timer for 35 minutes. And in that time, I'm gonna do a quick cleanup and get my condiments ready. And the fajita filling is ready. So it looks and smells delicious. I'm going to be the first. I'm going to take my soft wrap, scoop in some filling. And then add my toppings. So I like some cheese, salsa, and then some sour cream. Some people might prefer some guacamole or onions, but this is how I enjoy mine. From there, I'm gonna wrap both ends in. Make this into a bit of a pocket and roll, and now we're ready to enjoy. So today we're going to be making a strawberry crumble, and we're going to start by putting strawberries all over the pan. So we can actually use the whole package. I'm just going to remove the visible ice, and we need some sweetness for our berries. So I'm just going to take a half a cup of flour, and a half a cup of brown sugar. Do a generous half a cup of brown sugar here. That together. We're going to take our flour and sugar mixture and pour it all over our berries. I'm just going to mix it in. Try and coat our berries. Before we move on to making the crumble. And now we are going to make the crumble using 2 cups of flour, half cup of butter, softened, of rolled oats, a cup of brown sugar. For added flavor, I'm just going to sprinkle on some cinnamon. And add 2 cupfuls of vanilla. Now I just want to get this nice and mixed up. Once this is properly mixed, it should make like a cookie dough crumble that we are going to just put all over top of the strawberries. You can obviously use different fruits, so you can use frozen blueberries, strawberries. You can peel and cut apples. You need about 8 apples. I usually use Granny Smith, and that makes a great dessert as well. Fast and easy. Now we're just going to cover our berries. So we want to try and keep this on top. So we're not going to actually move our strawberries around too much. Just make sure everything is covered. And that's it. We're going to pop this in the oven for 30 minutes. Our house will smell delicious. On my timer. And I have lots of time to clean up and make coffee. And our strawberry cobbler is ready to come out of the oven. Looks and smells wonderful. All right, I'm going to list them on the plate. I happen to have whipped cream on hand. You can also use ice cream. It goes really nice over ice cream. So just take a square. It's gonna be super hot. Add some whipped cream, dash of cinnamon, and we have strawberry cobbler. Enjoy.